Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. I have quite a few things to go over today, so we'll just dive right on in. So it's a lot of stuff I've picked up this week from thrifting, two things from Big Lots, one thing from Walmart, mostly movies. I have some museum CDs here and a book, so let's just dive right on in. So I went to Big Lots, what was this, Sunday? I don't even remember what day it was, guys. Picked up two clearance titles, nothing spectacular. First up here is, I got this for half off. It's seasons 1 through 3 of The Untouchables, $10 marked down from 20. There's only one other season of this, so I don't know why they just didn't put all 4 of them together, just 1 through 3, and I guess 4 I got to get separately. The reason why I picked this up is because it has Robert Stack in it from, Caddyshack, Unsolved Mysteries, all those. He said he was such a great actor, so gotta have that. And then I picked up a copy of the only, from my knowledge, the only one in the series that actually has a Blu-ray, and that is Jackass 3.5. Got that for $2.50. I am gonna see the 4th one. I don't remember when that's supposed to drop. I don't know. One thing from Walmart I picked up on Monday before work, and that was the new horror film called The Spore. I've heard it's a very creepy movie. It looks creepy from what I see on the back here. Basically, this is just about some sort of spore is awakened by global warming, and it turns people into, I don't want to say zombies, but it kind of looks like it on the back here. But I don't know. Seems interesting. That's about a mutating fungus, so I figured that would be interesting to check out. Hopefully it's good. It's from Lionsgate, so it might be good. Alright, so I'm going to go out of order in sequence today, but that's fine. I found one book at Ollie's for myself. I found a couple of things for other people for Christmas. I'm not going to show any Christmas stuff I picked up today, so just because some people actually watch my channel, so I'm not gonna risk putting that up. So I found this one 90s punk explosion book called Smash for $4. It's like 15% off with the coupon we had. So Green Day, Offspring, Bad Religion, NoFX, and the 90s punk explosion. It's got some really cool photos in here too of Billy Joe Armstrong and Mike Ness from Social Distortion. Rancid's in here. Bad Religion, of course. More Billy Joe Armstrong. A lot of Green Day in here. NoFX. I've seen NoFX live a couple times. Offspring, Pennywise. All the decent bands. And then there's a picture here of Lawrence Livermore, who was the owner of Lookout Records. And then, of course, Brett Garowitz from Bad Religion. So, glad to have this in the collection now. Alright, let's go with since we're on the music theme, we'll just go through the 5 CDs I picked up at one of the other thrift stores where I was today. Nothing that really stands out per se, but I just figured I'd pick them up. I didn't get new music, so, well, these are all from the 80s, so not necessarily new music, but we have a band called Let's Active, which is basically just producer Mitch Easter with a bunch of studio musicians, and this album is called Big Plans for Everybody. This is from 1986, put out by IRS Records. There's nothing really major on here worth talking about song-wise, but there's your track listing. Next up, I think this is a jazz band or jazz artist, but I picked it up because it had some of his backing band in here I'm familiar with. The artist's name is T. Lavitz, and the album is called Storytime. This is from 1986, and this features guitarist Steve Morse, drummer Steve Smith from Journey, I believe. Who else is in here? Percussionist Brad Dutz, Paul Barry. I guess I say it Barry. He's one of the singers from Little Feat, if I'm not mistaken. So yeah, Dave LaRue is in here, bassist Dave LaRue. So a lot of familiar names throughout this album. Speaking of familiar names and faces, this band is called No Introduction Necessary, featuring Jimmy Page and John Paul Jones from Led Zeppelin, and also Albert Lee. John Paul Jones is in every song on here. Jimmy Page is only in, I believe, 4 tracks out of the 13 that are on here. This is from 1985. This one stood out because of the record label it's on. This is a artist named Henry Kaiser, and this album is called Remarrying for Money. This is on SST Records, which is a really big punk and I guess you could say early grunge label from the 80s. This artist is neither. It's just a instrumental jam band. From what I've heard most of the album already. It's decent. I enjoyed it. I do enjoy jam bands here and there. So you got some interesting guest guitarists in here as well. So there you go. Right there on the bottom are all the special guests. It's not a bad. I listened to this earlier today. It wasn't terrible. And then lastly, the last CD I have is an artist named Nona Hendrix. The album is called Female Trouble. This is a late 80s pop album. I got it because I noticed there's a couple of names on the producers here that I recognize, and they're also in the album too. They play different instruments. Dan Hartman, and then he co-wrote quite a few songs on here with her. And then what? There's one song on here. I think it's one of the last songs on here. Yeah, Why Should I Cry Baby for You? Jimmy Jim and Terry Lewis are in there. You probably recognize their names when they helped Janet Jackson start her career, if I'm not mistaken. I know they produced her first couple albums. As far as her sound, it's definitely 80s pop. So if you guys like 80s pop, I recommend Nona Hendrix. So that's it for CDs today. So I went to a local Goodwill, and this one didn't really raise their prices from what I've seen, but I know other locations have. So I have 2 VHS tapes, and I do have 4 titles, but I'm not going to show them all. One of them I will, because I know they don't know. The people already know that I got this for them, for their kids, my kids, or my niece and nephew. So I picked this up thinking I didn't have it, but my brother already has it, but I still want to watch it. And that is the MGM release of The Hotel New Hampshire. Someone wrote on the case, but that's not a big deal. This is from 1984. An hour and 49 minutes with a great cast. You get Jodie Foster, Beau Bridges, Rob Lowe, and Natasha Kinski. Yeah, and then you got the insert, and the disc looks nice as well. I got my niece and nephew this 3-disc Blues Clues Get Clued Into School pack. It's a mix between old and like newer episodes of Blues Clues. Yeah, you get Blue Takes You to School, Shapes and Colors, and then Blues Room, Alphabet Power. So 3-disc set. I got that for $1.99. Can't beat that. The other 2 titles I'm not going to go over because I think the person I got them for might watch my videos, so I'm not going to bother with that. And then the 2 VHS tapes that I found were the 1995 American remake of The Vanishing with Jeff Bridges, Sandra Bullock, Kiefer Sutherland, Nancy Travis. Great cast. I think the director actually, yeah, I do have the Dutch version of this on the Criterion, and then I do have this on DVD, so got to have it on VHS. And then of course I saw this and I had to snag it. I only really collect horror and thriller VHS tapes normally, so I saw this, I had to get it, and that was Scream 2. Scream 2. So that is it for Goodwill. And then I went to Blue Ridge Hospice out where I was, and I found, this is the one I usually don't find anything, and I found 10 titles today. So I think since, you know, Halloween's over, people were cleaning out their horror, thriller DVDs. So the first one is actually not a horror movie. This is volume 1 of The Brack Show. Let me know in the comments below if you guys remember the Brack Show. This is from Cartoon Network Adult Swim from 2005. I believe Brack was part of Space Ghost Coast to Coast, if I'm not mistaken. This is a 2-disc set. You get 14 episodes. Nothing spectacular on the discs. It's just regular, like one's yellow and one's green. But they were mint and I got it for $2, so why not? I can't get it back in, guys. There you go. Alright, so everything else are just single DVDs. So first here I got, which is something that's a sequel, but it's also a prequel, and that is Vacancy 2, The First Cut. I've seen the first Vacancy. I enjoyed that one. So this is supposed to be the story of the first victims. This one stars Agnes Bruckner, David Moscow, Scott Anderson, a bunch of other people I'm not familiar with. The only name I really know is Agnes Bruckner, but of course that's her right there. Yeah, so can't wait to check that one out. This one I have never heard of, but it has Dina Meyer in it. This is from 1999, and this is a thriller called Stranger Than Fiction. It is in a snapper case. Fortunately, the prongs that hold the disc in are half broken, but the disc is fine. So it says one murder leads to another. So can't wait to check this one out. I do enjoy my late 90s thrillers. This one was an interesting find. This is also a remake. This is from 2002, and it is a film called How to Make a Monster. Now this is I told you this is a remake. This one has to do with virtual reality. And yeah, it's about a video game developer enlisting a talent of misfit group of programmers to develop the scariest computer combat game, Evolution. So I heard this one's pretty good. Never actually seen it. And I obviously I didn't pay $17 for it. It was this was 3 for $5. So yeah. Of course, this is a former rental, so it's got some Sharpie on the disc itself, but that's not a big deal to me. I just wanted to watch the movie. And this says, Okay, so Stan Winston actually did the creature effects in this movie, so that's something to look forward to. Next one here is not a horror film. This is actually a Warner Archive title, so when I saw that blue spine, I had to snag it. It's not something I really watch per se, but these do hold some value to them, so for like $1.75, I'd snag it anyway. So this is the 1980, I guess it's kind of like a thriller, World War III, with Rock Hudson, Brian Keith and David Soul, directed by David Green. Basically, this is just about mobs began rioting in the streets of Moscow. Soviet leaders believe they have no recourse but to seize the Alaskan pipeline to force the United States to end the grain embargo that has brought turmoil to the USSR. So this was even before Russia became just Russia. This is not USSR. So it might be good. It's quite long. It's a little over 3 hours long. So maybe I think this might have been like a TV 3-part series. I don't know. But yeah, 183 minutes. So that's quite long. Next one is a horror film that I've heard of, but I've never seen it, starring quite the cast, and that is Voodoo Moon. Someone bought this at another local record store for $10. I only paid, like I said, $1.75. This is from 2005, put out by Anchor Bay. Great cast in here. You got Dee Wallace, John Amos, Jeffrey Combs, Rick Young, Eric Mabius, Charisma Carpenter, and Jane Hetmeyer. This is about some sort of demonic massacre occurring in a sleepy southern town. Something about a satanic slaughter. 20 years later, the ones that survived have to deal with, I guess, the evil coming back. So, sounds interesting. It's from the director of The Fallen Ones, which I have not watched yet, so check that out eventually. I found a Criterion DVD there, so I figured I'd snag it. And that is the 1980, what is this? This is a thriller too, right? Yeah, 1980 thriller called Hopscotch with Walter Matthau, Glenda Jackson, Sam Waterston, Herbert Lom, and Ed Beatty. This movie has been on my wish list for a little while, so I figured I'd pick it up. I do enjoy Walter Matthau, so it looks interesting. So I'm glad to have that one. This one I picked up for my brother because I already have this on Blu-ray. Crazy movie. This is the Artisan Film DVD release of Ken Russell's The Lair of the White Worm. If you guys seen this, let me know your thoughts. I thought it was pretty crazy. This is, I believe this is Hugh Grant's, one of his first films. If not his first film, it's definitely, you definitely don't see him in horror films now. I got two more for you. This one I already have on Blu-ray. Again, I think I picked this up for my brother. This is, yes, Marie, this is a Wild Eye title. I'm sorry. Scream Park with Doug Bradley. Nivek Ogre from Skinny Puppy. Tyler Cale, Dean Jacobs, Kaylee Marie Harris, and Nicole Beatty. Not my favorite film, of course, but I do enjoy movies that take place at abandoned amusement parks. So, glad to give this to him. I don't need it. And then lastly, we have, from the creator of 30 Days of Night, we have Steve Niles' Remains. I have not seen this film. I've heard of it. I've seen it many times, but I've never picked it up. It's got a good cast in here, though. You got Grant Bowler, Lance Reddick, Miko Hughes, and Tawny Cypress. I believe this is about some sort of zombie apocalypse. Yeah, zombie outbreak. Yep. So, looks good. Can't wait to check it out. So that is just about everything I have for you guys today. I am waiting for a couple of packages in the mail, but we'll see what time they get here because it's holiday time and delays. So they'll get here when they get here. So here are, I don't know if I want to put it all in one stack because it would be really, well, let's just go for it, guys. So I'm gonna be safe here. I'm gonna do the CDs and the book. Then here are the rest. So tapes on top. So let me know in the comments below what your favorite title is in this stack. And let me know if you know anything about these artists that I mentioned earlier. Let me flip the other one. I hate when they put the arm upside down. So, sorry. So let's active T. Levitt's, no introduction necessary. Henry, Kaiser, and Nona Hendrix. Okay, guys. Hope you guys enjoyed this little video. I will catch you guys probably within the next week. Take care, guys. See ya.